Hello friends, welcome to Data Pandit. Today I'm going to talk about Unix commands, particularly the AWK command. So I was thinking that everybody should know how much Unix commands and how much Unix scripting we do as part of our ETL projects or yes, specifically for Abinitio projects. So normally most of the functions we use graphs and plans to do, as part of our larger solution of the problem or larger load pipeline. Okay, so most of the things we do using the particular tool. In our case, it's an ab initio, so it does the most of the things. But still, there are places where we use Unix commands. Uh, Mostly, probably the one-liner. They are very useful in many occasions, and sometimes we need to uh, set up our environment before we call the ab initio, particularly ab initio graph or ab initio plan. So prior setup of the graph or prior setup of configuration variables and uh, or maybe manipulation of certain files before we actually call the ab initio, and the, and the place wherein we return from the uh, Linux, return from the ab initio, and the afterward things, the cleanup things probably, or after running the graphs, if you need to manipulate the file generated by the graph itself, or the after effect of the graph, right? So let's talk about particular scenarios. I would be talking about 4 to 5 scenarios wherein we use awk command particularly. So let me talk about first of the scenario. So, so many of times we prepare the configuration file specifically in ab initio projects, and other projects like YAML files we use as YAML files are a key value based, kind of document. It's a set of multiple documents. So in the era of NoSQL database, so the key value pair database, key document based, database are very popular. Like you talk about Amazon, so we have document DB and MongoDB, and so these kind of database are very popular because the structure of these YAML files and the key JSON files, so they are platform independent structures. They are portable structures. Can be understood by any native programming language or any platform. So therefore, the key value pair things happens. So let's talk about the scenario wherein we have one of the file. Let's say uh, the content of the file is like we have some key. Let's say given then value followed by value and key2, right? Followed by value 2. Like that. Okay. So let's say we have a file like this. So mostly we will have a configuration file like that. That we prepare the file and we can invoke this file as and when we need. Okay. So what we can do is to access the, let's say I want to access the value 2. Okay. So what I can do is I can use the awk command. My field separator is equal to sign. Okay, and then within that I have to write some logic, right? If $1, so $1 is to represent the first first field of the record. Okay, equals to the literal value of, let's say, key2, right? Key2. Then what we need to do is we have to print the print dollar and this is that, and then what is the input is the file. File is the file of what it is going to return is value 2. So this whole command is going to return value. So this also can be achieved by some other command we have like cat file. Then we can use grab right grab, and inside grab what we can do is can give to my record would be second record would be written second record, and then I can do again awk f equals to this time I don't have to compare basically, just need to print the $2. So I need to identify the record and then print the field. Okay, this is another way of doing. Okay, uh, so this set could be happening in many output. We need to scan the file and we need to point out that particular record and then use that value that record. So this is a well found file. Okay, so similarly there could be many more files like that. And other use case is that let's say we have many files in one of the directory or maybe many more directories, and I need to uh, check the size of the particular latest most file or probably the oldest file. I want to check the what I can do is ls icon p. I need to get the size of the particular test file or maybe l hyphen. I'll get lslrt will give the listing of the file based on sorted listing of the file based on creation date, and then l hyphen will give me the last record, and then I can print. So that lslrt will be printing the detail in there will be 9 fields, right? So we can get the particular whatever we want to print, maybe the date, time, the size would be occurring at I think fifth place. So that would be the size of in bytes. Okay, size of similarly if I use a $9, then file name itself it's going to be printed out. So if I, so this is another size for 5 and get copy paste, and if I want to take the name of the file, then would be 9. So ninth field would be 9 name of the file. Similarly, if I would print different things actually, the permissions and all, right? Also can happen. So this also maybe we want to delete or we want to take the latest file from the available files. Like, suppose we are getting many more files on daily basis from one of our system, but we are not supposed to feed in all the files in our system. We want to take the latest most file which has been arrived last day. Our job is running on half maybe after midnight, and what we need to do is I need to check the only the latest most file arrived yesterday. I need to go back to the yesterday and get -1, and then I need to get the whichever file was present, right? So yeah, this could be the one place wherein we can utilize our Unix command. So and I need to get the file, and I have I need to identify the file, and that file I can used, and I'm calling the pset, and I can pass that file name to my pset. Okay, so this is a combination of Unix and Abinitio. Okay, okay. Through Unix commands, I will get the file, and then the file name would be passed to the as a parameter into the pset call, and then the things will happen, right? And other place is like let's say we have a log file, so we have to scan the log file, right? It's a larger log file. So log will have still log will have many more things, but still it's a if you look at closely, so it's a well formatted file actually. We can get many more things from the log file itself. So many times what happens is we need to we need to get the latest node starting timestamp for a particular so for a particular graph or something. We are putting all the logs into one file, and we want to say that when this graph has been run, latest what was the latest date which this particular graph has run. So what we can do is we can go to the grab the log file, okay, using let's say some data, right, and I could use let's say maybe start. Yes, this will be displayed. What so this string would be a place where So when you look at the log file closely, you will see that the graph started, and then the log files will be there, and then data graph completed or phase completed. These kind of things will be appearing. So I need to select that particular line where the data start ts is there. Then what I need to do is I need to take the latest one. So again tell iPhone 1, okay, and then I can have, so in that I need to so I got the particular line, you know in the particular line I need to work it. Okay, or I can have, let's say I have few fields which has separated by colon. Okay, so and then I can print some particular information. Let's say, so if my log file is saying that, let's say graph started date something, I need to search, right? This would be there, and then live funnel graph, and I can give the name of the particular graph, right? So via some parameter value. Okay. Then this started at here, and then I can print. So I could go to the line, that particular line, and then print some information of maybe the time and other things. So let's say dollar something. I'm printing $2. Okay. Depending on that will depend upon your structure of the log. So you have to go to the log structures. How my log hearing, for a particular platform or for a particular job. So then can productionize the things, and this information can feed into the Excel spreadsheet or probably the part of email, the group, and those the people who wants to look at this in this piece of information within for a larger log. So we don't want to see large log, entire log, but want to see specific information within the log. And next use case I could see is the report generation. So this is also similar actually. So what we can do is, let's say we have many more directories, and in many more directories or many more directories, and our graphs are running, or maybe there are many sandboxes actually. Okay, so many sandboxes based on business line, or so there are many sandboxes, and then and on top of that there are many directories involved in that. So I can I need to get a report for all the graphs, okay, while looking at the log, and I need to get the specific, specific information from the log for a particular graph, right? Okay. So what I can do is, so because there are many directories enrolled in here, so I can give for file in, that I can say dir1 or d2, all the directories I can do the for loop, then do, and I will be so this is there are many other things would be enrolled in scripting, but I am taking one piece of snippet of script which can be used while generation of the report. So I can get the file dollar, okay. So let's say it's a log file, or it's a specific file which we are generating as part of our larger process, and I can grab that information which would be used for locating a particular, let's say, revenue generated for, let's say, some date, transaction date or something that I know already. So that I have to transaction date, I have this number, I have, and then I can pipeline this with the again awk command. So whichever line this comes, right, revenue generated for this transaction date, or I got that, and then what I can do is awk. Similarly, my fields are separated by colon, and I can generate the report using print. Okay. So this time I have to print many more fields. Let's say print $1 specific fields, $2, $3. We have not printing dollar. So this information can be printed and put into the one of the file, or maybe can be appended into one of the file. Let's say my project report, and I can give some date, today's date dot rpt. I can, so after the my for loop is finished, I can mail the X using mail X command. I can use the subject line or whatever. So this could be one of the